Oh god, this is a lot more awkward than I thought. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and what we are doing today, because I've not run out of ideas at all, is we are going to talk about 5 things that helped me lose weight. So for anyone that knows me, for guys that watched my previous video of my weight loss, you know that I went from 355 to about 215, 220. I flex between that and that. I flex between 215 and 220 constantly, and it frustrates me. But here we are. So I'm going to tell you the 5 rules that I followed to kind of not keep track, but like kind of help myself lose weight a little bit more. And the first thing we're going to be doing is making breakfast, and I'm going to talk about the first thing while we go and do that. So when I first started losing weight, the main thing that I did to the main thing I did was track my calories, and that is because I realized as a bigger person, you really don't know how much you're taking in 90% of the time that you're doing it. And I realized that a bag of Doritos is around 450 calories. And yes, that is a sin to all of mankind because Doritos are so good. But there's not really much we can do about it. So the main thing that I like to do was I like to track my calories, and that was because it helped me keep track of what I was eating, the quality of my food, and how much of it I was eating. So that was the first thing I did. And what we're going to be doing here is we're making eggs, sausage, and that's it for the most part. 2 eggs is 70 calories each, should be around 140. And then the 2 sausages, they're from Walmart. And if my memory serves, they are 110 calories each. So all of this together should be around 370, 380. And that is how much I've been doing it over the past 2 years, is that I can tell you pretty much all the brands and their calorie counts almost by heart. So that's cool. We just finished the eggs, put cheese on top, and then the sausages. So we're gonna finish this, and then we're gonna go get me a tattoo. And on the ride there, I'm gonna tell you guys rule number 2 that I followed to lose weight. Time lapse. No time lapse. Oh hell no! It's a time lapse. You're about to ruin the time lapse. We can't do this, Angel. So food's down, we're gonna go get our tattoo, and we're gonna talk to you about rule number 2. So we are at Incredible Art in Smithville. My friend's going to fix my tattoo that I've been trying to get fixed for a few years now. I just haven't had the time and energy. So before we head in, before we do all that, I wanted to give you guys my second rule that I followed, which was pretty much just staying consistent with the gym. And staying consistent with the gym is tough, but in the beginning it is... being consistent with the gym is the main thing that you need to follow when you're first starting out. It's going to be tough, it's going to be hard. I know when I went, I was afraid of me not knowing what I was doing, me not knowing anything about it, and it was a new environment, so that's always scary. So what you gotta do, you gotta get in there, you gotta stay consistent, and you gotta just go there to what you. Alright, anyway, we're gonna go inside, we're gonna get this done. My friend Alyssa fixed up an old tattoo that I had that was messed up, so you guys will be seeing that pretty soon. And that takes us to step number 3 in ways I lost weight, and it is eating whole foods. And when I say whole foods, I mean like fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, things that aren't essentially processed. You can get these pretty much anywhere. And I guess I don't really mean whole foods. I just mean like healthier options, because there's healthier options for everything. Even if you're out and about, you work a 9 to 5, you don't have time to eat a lot, you eat at the cafeteria, whatever. There's always those options there. It's just usually we tend not to go for them because there's something we like right next to it. Like, I know at my old job, it was a cafeteria setting, and I know that I wouldn't go for those healthier options because there was something that I actually enjoyed right next to it. And it's just a mind game. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of that habit of eating and drinking unhealthy things, and go into more healthy options. Learn more about the healthier options, because usually if there's something that you like, there is an alternative somewhere right nearby, and it's usually not hard to find. It's usually just right there. You just gotta look. It takes a little bit more work. Anyway, we are gonna go to the nature reserve, walk a little bit, and then we will tell you about step number 4. Alright guys, so we're not gonna go for a walk at the nature reserve because it is about to rain. And I don't know if you guys know how camera equipment works, but cameras and rain don't very much go well together. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go inside. I'm gonna film my podcast. If you don't already follow it, As Above So Below on Spotify and Google Podcasts, but no one uses Google Podcasts anymore, unfortunately. But that's what we're gonna do. And then after that, we are going to talk about the last and final rule that I followed to lose weight. Gus. And hopefully I'll get to find my cat, because my cat's adorable. I can't wait. Alright, so as you guys know, we could not do the whole nature reserve thing because it is raining out, and raining in the woods and walking are not ideal. So, but while we were walking, I was going to talk about the 4th thing, which is it's walking. It's walking. So I forgot. I think it's the Heart Organization or some professional organization recommends that you walk 10,000 steps a day. The average person only really walks around 4,000 to 5,000. So I make it a point to try and walk 10,000, whether that be going for a giant run at one time or usually walking throughout the day. I do a lot, so it usually gets me to where I need to be. But that's kind of the point of all of it, is to make sure that your heart's healthy, make sure your body is moving, making sure that you're active. You don't have to hit the gym every day, really, if you don't want to. Just take that walk. Take a walk somewhere. Walking's usually nice, especially it's about to be summer, so walking outside. During quarantine, that's really all a lot of people had, was walking out in nature, walking outside. The nature reserve by my house was filled to the brim because everyone realized, like, there's nothing else to do when gyms are closed, and the only form of exercise you can get is that walking, that moving, that movement. So that's something that you need to be aware of. It's a severely underrated form of exercise. So that's step number 4. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to I'm going to record my podcast and then release it. It's about 4:08 p.m. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to hit you guys afterwards with the 5th and final rule that I followed to lose weight. So should we do a time lapse? I think that'd be cool to do a time lapse. And I'm back. So I just got done filming As Above So Below, which is my podcast. For those of you who don't know and aren't listening, feel free to listen. It's a good time. Other than that, we are going to talk about rule number 5. And rule number 5 is very, very simple, very, very easy. It is a good time, okay? It's live life. And this is the simplest one because as you start to do all these things, you implement healthy eating, you implement going to the gym consistently, you implement eating whole foods, you realize that you feel so much better. And all you want to do is live life. And that is awesome. Because that is the main rule that I follow to this day. Because, yeah, sometimes I eat unhealthy. And, yeah, sometimes I'll eat snacks. And Reese's are my kryptonite. But, you know, I always think about what I was and where I am now, and I always think, do I really want to be that way again? Because at 3:55, I couldn't move. I didn't want to move. I couldn't walk upstairs without being out of breath. I couldn't run. You know, now I can run down the street and it's no problem. I can do essentially anything I put my mind to, and it's not a matter of body limits anymore. It's a matter of mind limits. These rules may not apply to you. Everyone finds their little different niches and natches. I don't think natches in a term, but everyone finds their niche, right? These rules that I made they just apply to me. They're what I find is helpful to me. Tracking my macros, consistently going to the gym, eating healthy foods, eating whole foods, living my life. The last one you should be doing no matter what. I hope so. But all these apply to me. And that is something that everyone should walk into this knowing. That these are just tips. You can take what you want from them. You can do what you want after this, but they're just tips. Alright, so anyway, next week we're going to be starting a little series because, as everyone knows, I want to get a little leaner. I want to start a series about hitting 190. I'm 215 now. Next week we'll go a little bit more depth into that video, but either way, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want, hit that, oh my god, follow my socials, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, and I'll put everything on the screen right now, and everything will be in the description. So have a good week, have a good day, and I will see you guys next week.